Okay, this is question 7 on page 288. So pause the video, read through the question now, okay? Now I'm going to go through this with you. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. I'm going to set it up with you 60 years, right? And then I'm going to ask you to try and finish it off, right? So this is given to you in the table. You've now read the question because you've paused the video and read it. You know that poor Tess has a load of raspberries left over and she's got to decide whether she's going to use it for jam coulis. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but I think it's called coulis, or raspberry ripple. This is done for you in the table, and we start at the end of the journey after she's looked at all eventualities. So for the raspberries, she could have ended up with none left because she could have used 4 between coulis and jam. So 2 coulis, 2 jam leaves 0 raspberry, so she makes 0 profit from this line. We are working downwards with the profit, okay, so we're adding downwards this time, like we've done before, and like it is in that example in the book, right? So if she's not used any coulis or any jam, she'd have 4 left over, and her overall profit would be 280, okay? That's basically what's happening here. So I'm starring all of them because we don't know what's going to happen below. We're going to go through that journey now together. So she could use 0 coulis, which would give 0 profit from that, wouldn't it? She could have 1 coulis left over, but she might decide not to use it. So she'd have 1 remaining still. If she has 1 remaining, she would have to use 1 raspberry ripple. So there'd be 1 unit overall remaining, which means the profit would be 70, okay? If she decides to use it, she'd have 0 remaining. So 0 would give 0. So we would still make a profit from the coulis. 1 coulis gives me a profit of 60 euro. Okay. So that's my options if I had 1 coulis. If I had 1 coulis remaining from. So I'm going to put a star next to that. So if there's 1 left, that means they've used 3 for the jam, etc. So you could have 2 remaining. So 2, 1, 0. If she uses 2 of them, then she's got none left over. If she uses 1 of them, she's got 1 left over. And she uses none of them, she's got 2 left over. Okay, so if she uses 2 of them, the profit for 2 coulis is 110. If she uses 1 of them, she's got 1 left over. So just listen here for a second. So if the profit for 1 coulis is 60, she'd have 1 left over, so she'd use 1 raspberry, so that's 70. So 70 and 60 is 130. If she doesn't use any of them, she'd have 2 left over. She'd have 2 here, she'd have 2, so she'd have 140 of a profit. So go through that again. If she has 2 left over from the jams, she could use the 2 of them. That's 110 because she's used the 2 of them. So if you have 2 jams and 2 of them, that's 110. So we will get to the jam in a second. If she has 1 left, she's had 2 left over. She uses 1 of them and uses 1 raspberry. We look at the profit of 1 coulis, which is 60, and leftover raspberry 470, 60 and 70. Right, okay. If she doesn't use any of them, we've got 2 left over. We can use that for the raspberry. It's 140. So we go again. She could have 3 left over. So she could use 3, she could use 2, she could use 1, she could use 0 here, okay? If she uses all 3 of them, you'll see the profit in the book there is 205. If she uses 2 of them, she'd have left over. So she'd get the profit from the 2 of them because she's used 2 of them, which is 110. And she'd have 1 left over, and she'd get the profit here from 1 left over to 70, so that's 280. If she uses just 1 of the 3 remaining, she'd have a profit here of 60, and she'd have 2 left over. If you go up here for 2, for the last one, 2 is 140. 140, 60 is 200, etc. Okay, so once you get into that rhythm, hopefully you should be able to finish it off. It's quite long-winded. You've got to go to 4 left over for Cooley, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and then for the jam you just start with 4, 3, 2, 1 and go from there. Okay, so that's question 7 on page 288. If you try and finish it off, please.